Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to showcase some movies from my movie collection again. DVDs and Blu-rays of movies that were released in the 1980s. I apologize, you had to wait a little bit long, few days for the next video. But since 4 months, I've been suffering a shoulder and arm injury. I'm recovering now. And on the days that I follow physical therapy and the days that I exercise too much, uh, I am in too much pain to shoot a video, but I hope you will stick with me trying to better myself. First one for today is the horror comedy House by Steve Miner. Started the franchise, stars William Katt and George Wendt, and I really like this one. I love the crazy creature designs and the practical effects, and it has a solid storyline. Yeah. And this is a sequel, and I love it just as much. House to the Second Story stars Arya Gross, Jonathan Stark, and a funny role for John Ratzenberger. And it's not really a horror film, this one. It's more story about two guys who have an adventure in an alternative universe or another dimension. And I really like this one. Yeah. And this is House 3 horror show. First of all, I don't get why it's part of the franchise. It has nothing to do with the previous House movies, the storyline, this universe. Uh, I bought it on DVD because I saw the first two as a kid and I enjoyed them. And later in life, I saw the third and the fourth one, and they were pretty shitty. But after buying the two Blu-rays of the first two and after watching them again, um, I wanted to check out the third one. So I went online and I found the third and fourth movie on DVD, Dutch DVD, for €2 each. Well, yeah, well, I'm a sensible collector. Uh, yeah, House 3, not a great film. Lance Henriksen, Brian James. In the same year, 1989, Wes Craven did Shocker, and it has a similar storyline. That film is a lot better than this one. Yeah. This is the buddy cop film The Hidden, where Michael Nouri has to partner up with Carl MacLachlan, not knowing he's an alien, and they have to track down an alien on Earth, a body snatcher. A very good serial killer movie, very depressing, a Henry portrait of a serial killer with a fantastic performance by Michael Rooker and directed by John McNaughton. This is a family film produced by Disney I enjoyed a lot when I was a kid. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with Rick Moranis. Wonderful effects, creatures, wonderful world building, and I really enjoyed this one. Yeah. Black comedy and teen movie Heathers with Christian Slater and Winona Ryder. Nice watch. And next up is the Vietnam War drama Hamburger Hill, directed by John Irvin. A really good one, not as good as Platoon. And I think Dylan McDermott and Don Cheadle are in this one. And yes, I'm a sucker for Shakespeare, so I like almost every Shakespeare adaptation. And this is Kenneth Branagh's version of Henry V, starring himself, and Derek Jacobi is in it. I knew him from I, Claudius, and Emma Thompson. Yeah, a good one. Next up is John Waters' musical comedy Hairspray with Divine and Jerry Stiller and Ricky Lake. I never saw the remake. This one is a good one. And when John Cusack was young, he made a lot of movies, and I think I like all the movies he did in the 80s. This is the comedy Hot Pursuit, which also stars Robert Loggia and I think Jerry Stiller again. Yeah. Another great family movie, fantasy movie, Harry and the Hendersons, starring John Lithgow and Linda Dillon, and Kevin Peter Hall is in the suit. He plays Bigfoot. Enjoy this one. There was a spin-off television series Only Kevin Peter Hall was in that one, and I think Bruce Davison played the John Lithgow part. Yeah. Next up, an absurdist comedy I really like, How to Get Ahead in Advertising, directed by Bruce Robinson, stars Rachel Ward and Richard E. Grant. And yeah, I really like this one. And Bruce Robinson and Richard Grant also did another cult movie, Whitnell and I, another one I enjoy. This is a semi-autobiographical film by the great director John Borman, set during World War II, the drama Hope and Glory, good one. And this is one of my favorite movies by Wenders, a very poetic film, Der Himmel über Berlin, Wings of Desire, starring Bruno Ganz as an angel on Earth, and Peter Falk is in it, partially shot in color, partially shot in sepia tones, wonderful to look at, poetic film. I really like this one. There was a horrible remake with Nicolas Cage, City of Angels. I don't like that remake. Then Jean-Luc Godard's Histoire du Cinéma, a documentary on the history of cinema, but Jean-Luc Godard was the frontrunner of the Nouvelle Vague. I really enjoy his movies from the 60s and 70s, but after that, in his films, he became more of a film theorist than a real filmmaker, and I think this documentary falls into that category. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. It's about the inner workings of cinema, it's about cinematic language, and he implements those themes also in his style. So in his visual style, that's very hard to get into, even for me, and that's without being patronizing. But Jean-Luc Godard is not for everyone, so I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Only people who are accustomed to do this kind of cinema. Yeah. John Cryer, they try to launch him as a leading man, and this is a great comedy thriller, Hiding Out. Yeah, recommended. Boxing movie Homeboy. Oh, it's more of a character study. Stars Mickey Rourke, Christopher Walken. A few years after this one, Mickey Rourke gave up acting to pursue a career in boxing. We know how that turned out, and I think he did the screenplay for this one. Interesting film. Hellraiser is a horror film I never saw as a kid. Too scary for me, but I saw it later in life and I enjoyed it. Directed by Clive Barker, and I love the world building again. I love those crazy Cenobites and Pinhead and the design of those creatures. I really like this one, Hellraiser 1. And I also enjoyed the second one, directed by Tony Randall. And I think in this one, the girl of the first film has to go to hell, to the Cenobites, and don't know how you call them, to retrieve her father. Yeah, good one. Next up is the neo-noir by David Mamet, House of Games, with a wonderful screenplay, film about the world of con man. Yeah. I had to read a book in high school and I enjoyed it. John Irvin's The Hotel New Hampshire. This is a decent film adaptation starring Jodie Foster, Nastasia Kinski, Rob Lowe, and also Beau Bridges is in it. This is an average kung fu film, but I enjoy all kung fu films. I'm very honest about that. Hero of Shaolin film starring Alexander Lowe. And this is a B movie that I enjoyed watching with two of my friends. Uh, a horror film, Humanoids from the Deep. And surprisingly, it was directed by a woman, Barbara Peters, I think her name is. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. This is a pretty average Hong Kong drama, Hong Kong 1941, but it stars Chow Yun-fat and it's in my collection. And usually I describe Stephen Frears' British gangster film The Hit as a existential gangster film. It stars Terence Stamp, John Hurt and Tim Roth, and it's terrific. This is the animated anthology and cult movie Heavy Metal. Great music, and I like this film. Always liked it. This is Tony Scott's a stylish vampire horror film, The Hunger, with Catherine Deneuve, David Bowie, and Susan Sarandon. Probably the closest Tom Selleck ever got to playing Indiana Jones. It's an average adventure film, this one, High Road to China. This is a very good slasher. I didn't like the remake, but this one is terrific. The House on Sorority Row. And the Venom mob consists of 6 members, and every movie that the Shaw Brothers did that have at least 3 members in the movie is worth your watch. That's my opinion. This is House of Traps. It's a wonderful film. The climax is in a house full of booby traps, a lot of kung fu. It's terrific. Great joy. Yeah. And the last one for today is not a Shaw Brother film. It's a horror film, Human Lanterns. Again, really worth a watch. That's my opinion. It stars Lo Lee and Chang Kwan Tai. Yeah, Human Lanterns. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will try to upload some more videos in the near future. And yeah, I hope you'll stick with my channel. Goodbye.